Hello, welcome back to this channel. Today is going to be a very fun video because today we are going to be doing another informational plant tour. There's so much to talk about, and today I'm going to be really talking about the fish and kind of some things I've noticed in the last few days, especially with the water quality, about the fish tank and all of that fun stuff. There's definitely a lot of progress on a lot of the plants, so that'll be also very fun to talk about. We just watered everything, so everything is nicely watered. It looks super fresh. So before we start, please subscribe, hit the notification bell so you do not miss our video, and please like this video. Let's go start today's video. Alright, so I'm going to go ahead and save the aquaponics and hydroponics and fish tank for the very end because I'm going to be talking a lot about that stuff. So if you guys want to skip this part and go to the end, you can. So we have a lot of stuff to talk about, a lot of new stuff, a lot of growth, kind of starting where we usually start with the oregano. A lot of progress. Now some stuff is kind of falling over just because stuff was just watered, but that stuff will be back up, thriving again, probably in about an hour. But definitely a lot of progress, and I really feel like the plant is starting to smell. Like if I go up to the plant and just kind of smell it a little bit, it smells so good. It smells exactly like oregano, which is so exciting. Then the cilantro definitely starting to show its age. I feel like it's coming up on the last few days, but definitely some amazing stuff it's been producing lately. A lot of cilantro all over it. It is very small cilantro. I need it to be a little bit bigger, but I really feel like the roots are kind of just taking over in the actual pots. So there's that. Also, I'm gonna get a little sidetracked here, but we are pretty much out of soil, and I really want to plant a lot more stuff. So I need to somehow figure out how to get more soil when it just snowed like a foot outside. So we can't really get any soil for the next like 2 weeks. Plus, a lot of problems with the snow and causing some things with the fish tank that I'll be talking about later. Now, going down to the strawberries. There's a lot of stuff that the strawberries are going to be used for. Some stuff will be kind of growing on shelves, which I'll pretty much figure out somewhere they grow that. But a lot of those bigger strawberries right here, most of them will go into the hydroponics, so we'll start doing a lot of strawberries in those. And a lot of fun stuff we'll be doing later on, but I really need them to start producing a lot more roots before they can go into hydroponics. So going through it a little bit more, I'm going to go ahead and do this side before I do a lot more. So we got peas, sugar snap peas. A lot of these are starting to kind of grow roots. You can kind of see the soil is kind of pushing up a little in some spots. I don't really want to mess with it, but you can kind of see like in some spots it's just starting to come up, which is a very good sign. And then a lot of the cherry tomatoes, some of them aren't going to make it, like that one right there. This one is like buried for some reason. It like buried itself because I remember uncovering it yesterday. That one probably won't make it. That one probably won't make it. Some of these won't make it. I really feel like what's weird is the ones in these pots are doing great, but these ones don't look very good. This pot definitely wins an award for being the best, but a lot of growth over there. It'll probably look pretty bad for about 2 more days, and then once it hits about the 5th day, the plants will be putting off new roots, and then it'll start looking a lot better. Going over to the new area, we are growing a lemongrass, peppermint, and some new areas of tomatoes. We're doing kind of like a hydroponic way, which will be very fun to work with kind of throughout the winter. So lemongrass, I've never tried that before or grown it before, so it'll be very interesting. I really need to do some research to kind of see what it's all about to grow that. And then peppermint, I've grown it in the past, so that's pretty easy. The hardest part about peppermint is germinating it, because I've had a lot of problems with germinating it in the past. Now going over to the flowers. Flowers aren't doing great, definitely slowing down. I really feel like because it's just coconut coir, so there's no nutrients in the soil. So definitely some problems in that area, but at the end of the day, it's still a good testing way. And probably if I didn't do that mistake, I probably would have not changed the way I'm growing all this stuff, how I'm putting nutrients in it now. So that's good, but also bad, because we're losing some plants, losing some money on how much we spent on the seeds and soil. But I'm going to try to pull out the plants as best as possible, take out some of the roots, and try to keep some of the soil at the very bottom. We'll have to dry it out a little bit first, because it'll turn to mold after it's put into the system. So Rosemary. So excited about that because I really feel like rosemary has got to be one of my favorite plants to ever grow. I grew it during the summer. It was one of my favorites. Definitely growing really nicely. Very excited about that. We are also growing bunching onions. You can see I kind of brought it a little bit closer to the light. So a lot of great stuff with that. Definitely growing pretty good. Now I need to wait for them to put off a little bit more roots so I can pull them out and put them in kind of the hydroponics. I might put them in a few pods, and then the rest of it will go in like these types of pots. But one of the biggest things I've been working with lately is the bigger strawberry plants. Now all of them don't look amazing just because I've kind of made some mistakes over the last few days. Overwatering, which I probably should have not watered today. That'll dry out by the end of the day though because there's a fan on it now. But this plant right there looks great. It looks insanely amazing so far, which is interesting because the other ones don't look as good as that. Kind of backing up and going over to the hydroponics. There's a lot of amazing stuff with this, with a growth. Now, if you guys are new to the channel and you guys are watching this video for the first time, we're doing a test over here. We have two different systems. We have a hydroponic system and we have an aquaponic system. Now, the difference between hydro and aqua is not much. Pretty much the only thing that changes it is nutrients. Pretty much how the plants are getting their nutrients. At the end of the day, both of the systems are exactly like how the plants are set up, the system, the grow lights, all of that, except just the nutrients level, which is what I was saying a second ago. This right here is pretty much our fish tank. The fish use the restroom. Then we turn that fish waste into kind of just other stuff. Nitrate. There's a word. I was trying to stall there to figure out the word. The anoma that goes into the fish tank turns into nitrate, which goes back up into the system. Nitrate is still pretty toxic to fish. By the time the plants kind of soak up all that extremely rich plant nutrients, all that nitrate and all that fun stuff, it empties out into the water. It is still a little bit toxic to the fish, but by the time it hits the water again, it is clean enough to say hello to the fish once again. And it's kind of just this huge cycle. Now lately what's kind of amazing is the water was extremely dark. It kind of looked like it had like a sandstorm and there's a ton of just weird stuff in the water. Now it really looks a lot more clear, and what's weird is the second snail appeared today, which is weird because I really feel like lately they've disappeared. And yeah, so going over to the plants and checking out the roots, definitely a lot of progress. So far, I feel like the aquaponics is kind of winning just a little bit against the hydroponics, but it's a very close race. I do feel like a lot of the plants over here have more of a root structure, a lot of progress with growth, and a little bit of the plants growing a little bit quicker. Now, it could be a little bit of a difference between when we were putting stuff in each area. We happened to put the better plants in the aquaponics, and then the leftover seeds went over here. Looking around, that's definitely the case. Like these two plants and some other stuff here and there. This one really needs to be pushed down. The roots really need better water there. But definitely some of the bigger plants over here are doing extremely successful too. But a lot of progress throughout the systems, and I really feel like so far we might have our first good harvest from this, which is just so amazing. So excited about that, because if you guys have seen our other videos, I've had so many problems with trying to get a good harvest out of it. We've had problems with trying to get just fruit and the plants to grow. The lettuce keeps having problems in the past. We've never had a successful harvest from the systems in the last year, so I'm really hoping this could be the next thing that could really make the system work. Now, I feel like the last thing I really need to do is get another fan that will sit back there. I really want to get a fan that can move 60 degrees and then keep going back and forth. But other than that, a lot of the plants are thriving, so I really feel like it could do really good. So this is going to be the end of the video. So please subscribe, hit the bell notification on all so you do not miss our video, and please like this video. I just want to give a second to thank you all for watching today's video and supporting the channel, and I'll see you guys tomorrow when we post next. Peace.